Hi there, it's Kathy from Sycamore and Cotton. Welcome to my channel. This week's video is a furniture flip and you will absolutely not believe how this table turns out. So stay tuned and let's get started. So a friend recently gave me this table and she had done a spray paint job on it and I love the color. This is the color. But it had a little bit of use on it and a couple of scratches that I probably had done since I got it. And so I thought, well, let me just sand those out. Well, that little bit of sanding has turned into this. Remember, it was a solid green like that, really pretty color. And this is, I guess, that's supposed to be the gold clawfoot. And I got started sanding it, and first thing after another, I saw it's been stenciled twice, and it's been the green that it was. It's been white. It's been pink. It's been this shade of blue. It's been this brighter shade of blue. It's been this shade of green, which is different from the original green. So no wonder the layer, it looked like a really thick layer of paint because it had several layers on it. And I was fine leaving it the way it was. I love the color. But I did want to do something and put some rub and buff on the feet because I love that and make them more original. But I've gotten into a position now where I've got to sand this down to the original. And here is the original. I've even gone through the stain that was on it. So I think at this point I'm going to use some chemical to get the rest off because I'm afraid that I'll sand through the veneer top or something. I'm not sure it's veneer, but it kind of looks like it could be. And go from there. My plan is put a lighter color, probably a white or off-white chalk paint on the bottom. Rub and buff on these feet and paint the top. Probably, well, if I can stain it, I would like to stain it in maybe a dark Java color, but I may end up having to paint it. I don't know yet. We'll see. So I decided to start using some acetone, and some of this is coming up really easy with that. At least down to that first. This, I think, is the first coat that it was ever painted. So I'll take it. I'm being really careful with the acetone. I've never used anything like that before with stripping. Look at this. Whoa. Now, some of it was peeling off even before I used the acetone. So I think the acetone has just helped it to peel off in larger sections. Oh, this is so fun. All right, I'll be back. I got it down to this bottom layer of paint and the acetone didn't work as well with it, and it's probably because I was not using it correctly. I've never used acetone before to remove paint or stain, so it's probably something to do with how I used it. But anyway, I decided to take it outside and sand the rest of it off, and that came off pretty easily, and I got it sanded down nice and smoothly. Then I turned it upside down and started painting the bottom of the top and all the rest of the below the top, painting it in fusion paint, and I've forgotten the color. I think it's Cathedral, but it's an off-white. It's a soft off-white. And I thought it would look really nice with the gold rub and buff on the feet and then hopefully a darker top. I'm still not certain at this point whether I'm going to paint it or to stain it, but I do end up getting to stain it, so I was really happy about that. But just getting this coat of paint on, I do apply 2 coats of paint. Now I did, as you can see, I did sand some of the base, the legs, just to get off some places where maybe the spray paint might have run just a little bit or just needed to be smooth, also to make sure the paint adheres to it. And this is what the top looked like after I got all that paint off. It's really beautiful. There are a few small imperfections in it, but I was really, really pleased with the beauty of that wood. And here I am applying a gel stain. No, it's not a gel stain. It's a regular stain. And the color, I think, is Java. I'm not 100% certain on that. Apologies for this not having all the information or all the footage of every step that I took. I'll go ahead and apologize for that as well. But I wanted to get this finished, and I had not even planned on filming it to begin with, but when I ran into all those layers of paint on the top, I thought, yeah, I've got to show people what this looks like to start with. So here I'm just applying it with a sponge brush. If I'd had a wider sponge brush, that would have gone on a lot faster, but I didn't. And this one took a little longer, but it worked out just fine. And I just applied one nice coat to the entire top. After letting it set for a few minutes, probably about 5 minutes, I wiped it off using a shop towel because that's all I had. A t-shirt would have probably worked a little bit better, but the shop towel also worked fine. My apologies again for this lighting. It was afternoon, actually early evening, when I was working on this, and the sun had gone behind, so I didn't have good lighting outside, good natural light like I would have preferred. After allowing the stain to dry overnight, I was not 100% happy with how the top was looking. There seemed to be some imperfection, probably some from where I had sanded, and perhaps some from just damage in its past. I think you can probably see it there. But what I did, off camera, was I applied a coat of black wax. I believe it was DIY black wax, and I'll tell you, that made all the difference in the world. And here it is, it's sitting in my shop now. I did apply a little bit, tiny bit of black wax to the rest of it as well, just to highlight the details. And as I had mentioned earlier, I did cover the feet in antique gold rub and buff to give it more of an original look. Here's what the top looks like now. I think it made a huge difference with that wax. I'm super happy with how it turned out, and this is how it looks right now for sale in my booth. So let me know what you think. I am super pleased with how it turned out. I priced it for $79.95. Let me know if you think that's a fair price. It was given to me. And if you haven't already, please think about liking and subscribing to my channel. Subscribing is free, and it helps me in growing my business, and I certainly appreciate that. I appreciate all of you for watching, and I hope that I'll see you back next week. Until then,